Ladies and gentlemen.
What's going on, people? Back with a bang. Here I am to bring you guys another video today. So today was the first trading day of this week, and there was blood in the streets, blood in the markets. The Dow was down, the Nasdaq was down, over 1,033 points. S&P 500 was down, had its worst day since 2022. A lot of the stocks were tanking. Crypto was down heavily over the weekend. Bitcoin dropped below 50k. A lot of the market was tanking, and that meant great opportunities for some, but that also meant, unfortunately, a lot of missed opportunities because of the gap down overnight. Now, right now, it's a great time to be in the markets. If you're learning the markets and you're new to this, expect more in the future. If you can stomach this, it only helps you grow. But in today's video, I'm going to look at the markets, what we traded, what my plans are with this market, a couple of stocks reporting earnings, Palantir who already reported earnings. I'm also going to talk about what you can think about during this time, the psychological aspect, and that kind of stuff. So before I get into today's video, make sure to do me a favor, drop a thumbs up, show some support, drop a like on this video. It does help out in a great way. And also make sure you comment, and if you're new around here, hit the beautiful red button below and subscribe. So to jump into it, let's take a look on Yahoo Finance and see what's been going on. So yeah, S&P 500 down 3%, Dow down almost 3%. Like I said, 1,033 points. Nasdaq down over 3%, Russell down as well, gold slightly down, and all the sectors were down today. That tells you enough. When you look at sector performance and all the sectors are red, that tells you all you need to know about how today went. It's like you could have thrown puts at anything on Friday, swinging into this week, and you would have made some money. So Palantir reported earnings after hours, and just like we said in the Discord, we had expected some great news from them, which is what happened. So we can just kind of get into that one. So actually Palantir was down almost 7% today at one point, but it did recover during the rest of the day and then obviously take off with earnings. As I mentioned in the Discord, we expected to beat earnings per share, which we did by 1 cent. The expectation was 9 cents. The expectation was 8 cents. We beat and got 9 cents revenue. Revenue was up, year-on-year growth was up, guidance was strong. Alex Karp knows what he's doing with this company. They spent a lot of money on AI, and that money is going to bring back, it's already brought back a lot of returns. It's going to bring back even more returns and make a lot of people some money. But as you can see, the numbers were good. We did a lot of beats, and obviously, as I said, beating earnings per share by 1 cent. So the stock is up after hours, I think almost, over 16% now. Hopefully we can push this to 30 because the shares are booming. Now, if you think you've missed this play, you actually haven't. There is a big future for Palantir, so you just have to look at longer term plays. But as I said, Palantir was one we talked about in the Discord. So overall, I do want to just jump into the trading view and just look at Apple, because Warren Buffett sold over half his position, or sold exactly half his position in Apple at around, I think, 222, somewhere around there. And it dropped all the way down to around 198 today. Who knows? Maybe he bought back more shares. I don't know. But obviously, he knows something that you and I, most of us, don't know, because why would he sell so many shares and then the market just drops like that? Or is it because he sold those shares? Who knows? But yeah, Apple dropped down to 198. So just to kind of give you guys an idea, look at the S&P 500. We pick up the daily chart, how it gapped down, it dropped down. Those are the kind of things that happen, and when that happens, Apple is going to drop, Tesla is going to drop, Microsoft's going to drop. A lot of the big stocks, a lot of the big companies are going to drop as well. So let's start with Kellanova. Why am I putting up Kellanova? Because it didn't drop. Kellanova actually rose 16%. There are a couple stocks that actually jumped up today. Kellanova has a weird chart, as you can see. It gapped up. I think it's going to pull on back tomorrow, but it is higher than it has been last couple of years. So that was very random, but it was one that caught my eye. And I think there are a couple other stocks, like I said, Cassava also being one, ticker symbol SAVA. So this is up 21% today. At one point, it was up even a lot more, actually. So here, just to see how we looked intraday. Yeah, we ran up all the way from $25, $26 to highs of $41.80. So that's like a 40% increase. A lot of the stocks fell, but this one managed to hold strong. But when you look at the daily chart again, you can see that it was very out of the blue. There wasn't really an indication that this could happen. Now I want to pull up Chegg, because Chegg has died after hours. It's down 90%. It's one where it's going now to the $1 zone. We don't want to be in a $1 zone. Look how the chart was. I'm sure this stock was around $150 at one point. I remember it being $40 and people were shorting it back a couple years ago, 2022. But there we go. All right, $115 back in March 2022. So Chegg has died since then, and this has happened a lot of stocks. I know it's happened with FuelCell, it's happened with Fubo TV. I think the Tattooed Chef as well. I think the Tattooed Chef went completely out of the market. If I can pull that one up as well. But a lot of these stocks have died. There we go, Tattooed Chef. Look at that. Completely annihilated. So a lot of stocks did die, and they do die, and Chegg is one of them. On the other hand, Amazon, this is a stock that's not going to die very likely anytime soon, and it's why I'm looking to invest in it sometime soon. So I'm looking for it to get to that 150 price point. If you look at how it performed intraday, it did jump down to that 150 price point, but then just rose up out the gate straight from the get-go. Amazon is one that I'm looking at, a couple others as well. But being down 4% today, and obviously recovering from where it was pre-market, it did pretty well. Nvidia is the next one, because Nvidia has outperformed its expectations this year, but it's now pulling on back. So it's around $100. I do like Nvidia shares at this price point and a bit lower, 93, etc., where it was today. If we can get down to $90, I'll definitely be buying a lot of shares. But look at that on the daily chart, it looks like a double top, 4-hour chart. And you can kind of see just what we're seeing, the bearish momentum. It is below all moving averages, trading below all the moving averages, and it doesn't look like it's breaking to the upside anytime soon. So just keep your eyes out on Nvidia as big tech continues to drop and the Mag 7 continues to sell off. Also, Shopify report earnings Wednesday. Shopify is down at $50, trading way below its highs. I think this is one where if it does go to $50, any price point below, you can get a few shares. It's not financial advice, but I'll be looking at getting a few shares. I like Shopify. I think this is a great company long term. This is one of those this is an e-commerce company, a website builder. A lot of big companies also use Shopify. They sell that great subscription model. But look at it. It was $90, a few months ago, and look where it was in the pandemic. I think 2021 it was around 160, 170. We'll see when we get to the pandemic. There you go, 174, 175. So that's a triple X from where we are now if we do reach those highs again. So honestly, Shopify is one where I'm keeping my eyes on heavily this week, especially if those shares do tank on Wednesday's earnings. And then lastly, Airbnb. So Airbnb report earnings tomorrow. It's also down on the day, 2.2%. Airbnb hasn't been this low since around end of last year, so it's not fallen that bad as some others have, but it has fallen. And again, another business model I like. It is still bearish right now, but earnings tomorrow, we could see a rise and a rally beforehand. Who knows? So just to go check the indexes out, look at QQQ. 50-minute chart from today. It rose, then it dropped, then kind of consolidated. Same with SPY. And I think the market makers were just trying to shake people out. Dumped overnight, rose, sold off, and then starting to rise after hours, up $2.67 after hours. So just be careful with those because they are trying to shake us out a bit. Now going on to crypto, because crypto was the big news over the weekend. Bitcoin, as I said, down below $50,000 today. I was very shocked at that, and to be honest, a lot of people probably were. Now I do know a few people would have had buying zones around 50K, so they're obviously happy right now because it's up 4K since then. But look, we can still fall lower. We can still fall and fall to 44K and lower. So just be careful with that. Just be aware, because Bitcoin is technically a risky investment if you don't buy at the right prices. You want to be buying Bitcoin down here at the 50K mark, under 50K. That's great price points. And if it falls further, 44K, then you can dollar cost average. That's the kind of thing you want to do with Bitcoin. You don't really want to be waiting until it's at 60K, 70K, and it's really too bullish, let's say, for you to buy. And then, you're buying near the top. That's what a lot of people do. They buy here, 68, 69, 70, and then it starts dropping 10, 15K, and then they get annoyed, they're upset, all that kind of stuff, the usual. So make sure you're smart with your decision making, especially when it comes to crypto. That is volatile and it does what it wants, so just be aware of that. The last thing I want to say is, in regards to the trading aspect of everything right now, the psychological aspect is important. I mean, I'm going to pick up the fear ingredient index right now. We're probably at like 20, 19. Extreme fear. People are worried about the war rumors. People are worried about how the economy is faring, unemployment, about whether the Fed are going to cut rates or not. They're worried about a lot of things. And I think that, well, obviously in this case it's extreme fear, but I think the market is overreacting. So what does Warren Buffett say? When people are fearful, be greedy. When people are greedy, be fearful. We're reaching that extreme fear level. Well, we're in that extreme fear phase. So that should tell you a few things. And again, not financial advice. But there are reasons that I'm looking up to pick up Nvidia shares, Amazon shares, potentially some Shopify, Airbnb. There are reasons. The Starbucks, the Nikes that I talked about in the last video. These are falling to nice price points. These are opportunities for us, especially when you always think that you missed the play, you missed the run up. These are the opportunities you're looking for. So just keep that on your radar. And of course, as always, we'll be talking about those in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, that's the first link in the description. You can join the Royal Trading Academy and we can talk about stocks there. We do our breakdowns, we do live trading, we do the chart posting, the watch list, all that kind of stuff. So come check out the Royal Trading Academy. And of course, the second link in the description is the Stock Option Starter Pack. That is where I have a group of 10 videos for you guys. You have access to those for life. Make sure you check that out. And if you have any questions, then just let me know. And lastly, check me out on all social media at The Wealth Prince. That's it from me, guys. I look forward to seeing you guys in the Discord. We're going to make some more money, keep smacking these markets. Thank you so much for watching today's video. That's it from me. I got money making, you got money making. See you guys next time on the video. Peace.